Hey, what's up, you guys? So, I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to do. This is kind of something that I had as a last minute idea, but I figured since I was working on a new piece of art for my website, I'd do a little commentary over it because that seems like a cool thing that people do. Um, so, I'm just going to give you guys a forewarning. I'm like a really shitty artist, like, at least in comparison to most people on the internet. Like, I'm not an internet artist at all. Like, I don't really post my shit to like profit off of it. I kind of just do this stuff because, and so you're gonna see me do a lot of things in this video that a normal artist would probably have a heart attack over. So yeah, just be aware of that. But today's video is actually gonna be talking a little bit about myself because generally speaking, I really don't like talking about myself. If somebody asks me about like my voice, because obviously I sound like a child, but I'm 24. I usually kind of direct them to my website and like, hey, if you're curious enough, go read about it here, because it's not that I'm uncomfortable talking about it. It's really just that it's kind of exhausting for me because it's just a lot. It's you know, I mean, the main topic that I want to go over in this video ultimately is basically talking about how people perceive myself. And, you know, I haven't really thought about it until now, but I'm a very strange looking individual, and you know, for a long time I was really convinced that like there was some weird like thing that I was doing that I wasn't aware of, that everybody around me was repulsed by, because you know, throughout my life I've been kind of subject to like making friends with somebody, and then that person at some point down the line becomes friends with somebody way cooler than I am, and then they stop talking to me forever. I've even had people claim to forget that they don't even know who I am. But I'm not bitter about these things, you know, when people just distance themselves from me, because I understand that that happens in life. But, you know, part of it is too, like, I want to stop, you know, coming towards my life from a perspective of weakness, you know, which is essentially victimizing yourself. Like, oh my god, I sound like a teenager, I sound like a girl, and nobody wants to talk to me, and I look like a child, so nobody wants to talk to me because they think I'm a child, this and that. I'm never gonna, you know, get to the point in my life where I'm actually gonna perceive myself as a victim, because in my opinion, that's just making myself more weak. And I want to approach this from a position of strength. But regardless of that, to get back on track here, there's something that I discovered about myself that I haven't realized throughout this entire time, and it's that I really believe that some people, I would say probably most people, are in some weird way intimidated by me, which I'm like the most non-threatening looking person anybody could ever see in their lives. Like, anybody, it could be almost anybody, can come up to me and punch me in the face and like break every bone in my face. Like, I'm not a very strong person. I'm actually, you know, for most men nowadays, I'm very effeminate, and because of that, you know, I never really thought about it, but I think in some weird cosmic sort of way, people are sort of intimidated by me, and it's not necessarily because of the way that I look. I think it's because of my energy. You know, I sort of have this, like, slight resting bitch face. I feel like it's not that bad, but it's like, if you've only seen my art, you'd assume that I just look like a fucking asshole, and I don't. But I think the main thing is just that, you know, I think I probably give off an energy that unsettles people in some weird kind of way. Not like an analog fucking, you know, Silent Hill type of way, but like more of just like a personality complex that a lot of people are very unfamiliar with. And I myself never really thought about it, because I don't think about the things that I do. I don't think about like the way that I look to other people, because I simply don't care. I don't think about my sexuality that often, you know, but I mean, when it comes down to the idea that people are scared of you in some way, in like a weird kind of anxiety type of way, you know, it really makes you think, like, what do I look like to people? And yeah, by the way, I had to censor this part because I looked up cross legs for reference, and I got a bunch of porn on the screen for some fucking reason. I don't know why. That's the first thing that popped up when I searched for it. But anyway, yeah, it's really just an intimidation thing, and I don't really understand it too well, but I have some semblance of understanding, because I understand that I look very different from a lot of people that most normal individuals would encounter on a daily basis. I'm very small, and I'd say that I'm very well passing as a woman, but I'm not transgender. Most people would probably assume that I am transgender because I wear makeup, but the main point that I'm trying to make is that, like, you just look so weird that, like, people don't really know how to react to you. Even if you are just being a normal, completely normal person, who's not like a psychopath or whatever, it's like people don't know how to interact with you because you're so strange to them. And I don't take offense to it at all. I really don't take offense to a lot of anything most of the time, but ultimately for me, it's just a matter of trying to understand exactly where this is coming from and really how to approach it and how to maybe help other people talk to people that look like me, But anyway, I think I said everything I needed to say in this one. This was definitely a bit different from what I normally do, and in some weird way, I kind of enjoyed it. This is the first video that I've done where I haven't had any actual jump cuts in my narration. Most of my videos are very chopped and edited, but this one is very much, it's literally just a straight shoot. I'm like actually just freestyling for like almost 10 straight minutes. So anyway, yeah, I think as far as this piece on the screen, I think it came out really well. It's not something that I would have done normally because I'm really bad at drawing like furniture, architecture, and just anything that's not like a human or just any kind of creature or physical being. Like I'm horrible at like architecture and like design and shit. So this was kind of like a drawing exercise to help me practice, a little bit more with like measurements and geometry and stuff like that. But anyway, as far as more artwork coming to the website, that's definitely coming, but for videos, if I'm going to be making more of these, I definitely think that's something I want to do, because this was a very refreshing type of video for me to do, because like I said, most of my videos are pretty deeply edited, but it's not like I'm not making some fucking Sony Pictures movie or something, but this was like very like under edited from like my usual work. But anyway, guys, I wanted to say thanks again so much for watching, and I'll be making more of these in the future. But if you guys want to hit subscribe and leave a like and go to the website, then I'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.
We see